Like my favorite coffee in the morning. Ring, ring, no one knows till the morning. Baby, I should do it in my face. Really? All right. So we're starting to get people coming in. Just give it a couple more minutes for people to start filing in. For those who are in right now, thank you so much for joining me today. I'll get started in about, say about 3 minutes. For those joining in, if you have a water bottle, a towel, a mat, that's perfect. Something just to dry yourself off, something to keep hydrated. Don't worry, I won't be this close the whole time. I'll step back a little bit. And until I start talking again, I'll turn the music up a little bit. Got a little bit of background noise. I'm at a hotel this weekend, so we got a fountain in the background. We have a little bit of motor sound, so try to drown that out a little bit with some music. Okay, a couple more minutes. Again, people, as you're coming in, make sure you have a mat, make sure you have a towel, make sure you have water. You want to grab that really quickly. One more minute, then we start. There you go, Leslie keeping me on point. All right, so let's get started. Again, thank you so much for joining me this morning for my balance and flow. So this class is meant to enhance strength, enhance balance, enhance focus and breathing. So it's going to be challenging. It's not going to be just a everyday beginner class. We will have some beginner aspects in it, but we will touch on a little bit more advanced poses and some things that will test out your balance and your strength. So if at any point you feel like you need to take a rest, you need to breathe, stop what you're doing, breathe, make sure you're not doing anything that puts any stress on the body, especially on the joints, on the muscles. Make sure you're comfortable. Any stretch that you feel like you start to shake or having trouble with too much balance, or you feel like you're falling over, something like that, take a step back. I will offer as many modifications as I possibly can to make sure that everybody can access this class. And if you feel like you need to take a rest, need to take a break, we can always go into child's pose. I'll show you what that looks like right now. So if you just drop down onto your mat, put your big toes together, open your knees up, and just lay forward onto the ground, rest your forehead on the ground. That's our resting pose, child's pose. So if at any point in time you need to take a rest, drop into child's pose, get your drink of water, wipe yourself off, come back to us when you're ready. Do not quit, just keep pushing forward like we all do. So before we get started, with everything going on, you know, around the world, around our country, and another huge blow last night with the news about Chadwick Boseman. So let's just take a moment to, you know, take a moment to ourselves, take a moment of silence just to honor him, to uplift ourselves, uplift this country, because we need it now more than ever. So just take a few moments, just close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and then we'll get started. All right. So if that was the first time you were able to just stop for a moment, breathe, reflect, um, appreciate it, be grateful for it. We all need a moment to just take to ourselves, to be selfish. That's one thing that I tell my students all the time. It's okay to be selfish sometimes. It's okay to focus on yourself, okay to focus on your well-being. How can you give back to others if you're not okay? So make sure that you take frequent rest during the day to breathe, to clear your mind, to reflect, to, you know, just shed yourself of any weight of any negativity that's swirling around you. So this whole hour, yes, it's going to be challenging. Yes, you might want to curse me out, but this whole hour or 45 minutes, however long the class is, I want you to just appreciate the time that you have to focus on yourself, whether you're in a resting pose, whether you're in a pose in the moment, whether you're, you know, taking a drink of water. This 45 minutes is about you. This is about you focusing on what it is you need right now, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Focus on what it is that you need. So what we'll do is we'll start on all fours, right in the middle of the mat. I had to adapt without a mat today. So like I said, I'm at a hotel right now. So we're gonna start on all fours, starting with alignment, making sure that the wrists, elbows, shoulders are aligned right on top of each other. Knees and hips aligned right on top of each other. Widen the knees to about hip width. And then we're just gonna come to a nice flat back position, making sure that the spine is nice and straight. And we're just gonna take a moment to roll out the spine. So we're gonna get everything warmed up, starting with the tailbone all the way up to the neck. So as we inhale, we're gonna do what is called cat-cow. So as we inhale, we push the tailbone out, arch the spine, lift the crown of the head. And as we exhale, tuck the tailbone in, round the spine, push through the ground, and then release the crown of the head towards the mat. So you're rounding the spine into cat pose. The spine, as we exhale, round the spine, cat pose, dropping the crown of the head. Let's go. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. and exhale. So from our neutral spine position, I'm gonna move back just a little bit so you can see my whole body. From the neutral spine position, we're gonna extend the right arm out in front, thumb pointing up, extend the left leg back behind us, toes pointing down. I start to find balance very simply, very gently, holding that position, right arm out in front, left leg back behind us. Use the breath, use something to focus on. Continue to breathe. So deep inhale through the nose, nice slow controlled exhale out the nose and the mouth. A couple more breaths here. And a deep inhale, stretch through the arm and the leg. As we exhale, bring the knee and the elbow together down the middle, round the spine. Inhale, extend. Exhale, close. Inhale, extend. Exhale, close. Two more of these. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale and hold for 3, 2, 1. Now, what we're going to do is put the right hand back down on the ground. We're going to open the left arm to the sky, and then we're going to pivot that right foot back behind us. So a modified side plank to test our balance up early. And continue to keep that left leg flexed. Stretch through that left arm. Press that right hand into the ground. Almost like you're trying to push yourself away from the ground. And back to center. Back to our neutral spine position. Now we're going to extend the left arm out in front, the right leg back behind us. Thumb pointing up, toes pointing down to the ground. 5 breaths here. Taking a deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. And last one, inhale. Exhale. We're going to take 1 extra inhale, stretch through the arm and the leg. And exhale, crunch down the middle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale and hold for 3, 2, 1. Placing that left hand down, opening up the right arm to the sky, pivot that left foot behind you, extend that right leg out. Remember pressing the left hand into the ground, extending away from the ground, and then reaching out through the right hand. And back to center. We're gonna go back into our cat-cow pose. So inhale, arching through the spine, pushing the tailbone out, lifting the crown of the head. Exhale, tucking the tailbone, rounding the spine, releasing the crown of the head. Inhale, arching the spine, lifting the crown of the head. Exhale, rounding the spine, tucking the tailbone in, releasing the crown of the head. And then we're gonna sit back into our child's pose. So remember, if at any point you need a rest, drop into this pose, take a moment to breathe. So from our child's pose, we're gonna swim the body forward into cobra. Cobra, you're pressing the hands into the ground, keeping the arms tight to the body, elbows pointing back, just lifting the chest to the sky. We're gonna keep our knees on the ground and sit back into our child's pose. So we're gonna inhale as we go forward into cobra, exhale as we go into child's pose. So we're gonna follow the cadence of the breath. So inhale, swim forward, cobra, exhale, child's pose, nice and gentle. Inhale, cobra, exhale, child's pose. And inhale, cobra, exhale, child's pose. Try to make the moves nice and fluid. Inhale, Cobra. Now we're gonna press the feet down onto the ground, lift the quads off the ground. So now we're in upward dog position. And then we tuck the toes, send the hips back and up for downward dog. Make sure that the feet in downward dog are hip width apart and shoulder width apart. Press through the ground. Gotta flatten the stomach down towards the thighs. If you need to, bring the feet a little bit closer and bend the knees so that you have a little bit of support. But from our downward dog, we're just gonna rock the knees back and forth. Start to loosen up the hips, loosen up the hamstrings, calves, Achilles. Maybe you want to shift forward into a plank just to give the shoulders a little bit of rest, and then go back into your downward dog. Take a couple more breaths here. Continue to rock the knees out, loosen up the body. And then on your next inhale, we're going to step both feet to the top of the mat. I'm going to step back just so you can see me a little better. Feet to the top of the mat. We're going to bring hands to heart center. Take a moment to breathe, feel the body out. So now start to scan the body, see what the body needs. Press the feet into the ground, tighten up the quads, the hamstrings, glute, core, the shoulders. See what your body needs right now in this moment. Our next inhale, we're going to take the arms to the sky. Start our sun salutations to start scanning the body. So inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, bending the knees so that you can rest the stomach onto the thighs. Release the crown of the head down towards the ground. Inhale, press the hands into the shins, flatten the back, half lift. Still looking down towards the toes so that you can keep any tension out of the neck. From our half lift, we're going to take our hands to the mat, step back into our plank. If you want to modify your plank, if this is too much, drop the knees down to the mat, flatten the stomach, bend the hips forward, and then lower the chest down to the ground, chaturanga. From there, we go inhale, cobra. You can do this if you want. You can go upward dog, and then transition to downward dog. Start to rock the knees back and forth, loosen up everything else. Start to scan the body, see what's aching in the body, see what's tight in the body. Start to see what your body needs right now. Our next inhale, stepping both feet to the top of the mat, half lift. Pressing the hands onto the shins, flatten out the back, release the crown of the head. And exhale, forward fold. Try to rest that stomach onto the thighs. If you have to bend the knees to do so, then you can. That's perfectly fine. Inhale, coming all the way up, standing tall, arms to the sky. And then exhale, back into our forward fold. So we're going to make it nice and fluid. Inhale, press the hands to the shins, half lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back to plank or modified plank, whichever one you need. Deep inhale. Exhale, shift the body forward, chaturanga, taking the chest down to the ground. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. And then exhale, downward dog. Stepping both feet to the top of the mat, coming back to our half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising all the way up to our upward salute. Then exhale, back into our forward fold. We're going to do a couple more of these just to loosen the body up. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to plank. Deep inhale. Exhale, shift the body forward, chaturanga. Keep the triceps and the elbows close to the body. Drop that chest down to the mat. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, both feet to the top of the mat. Half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, upward salute. One more time through our sun salutation. Exhale, forward fold. Start to speed up just a little bit. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to plank. Deep inhale. Exhale, shift forward, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, step forward to half lift. Exhale, forward fold. This time as we inhale, instead of upward salute, we're going to inhale up to chair pose. So sitting the hips back, making sure the core is engaged, chest is open, shoulders pulled back. Bring the arms to the sky. If you have tight shoulders, a lot of football players, we do. Wrap the arms behind the back so that you open the shoulders and the chest up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale to plank. Deep inhale. Exhale, shift the weight forward, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Now we're going to just inhale the right foot to the top of the mat. So try to step in between the hands. We're going to drop the knees down. Flatten that left foot. We're going to come forward into a low lunge. Bring the arms to the sky or wrap them around the back. Just send the hips forward. Should feel that stretch through the left hip flexor. We're going to take a deep inhale, push forward. As we exhale, we're going to sit back. Lift the toes of the right foot. Use the hands if you need to support yourself. And then half split. So inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, half split. You're going to feel that movement from the left hip flexor into the right hamstring. So inhale, left hip flexor. Exhale, right hamstring. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Now, as we inhale, we're going to do a little twist to start opening up the spine. As we come forward into that low lunge, we're going to tuck the toes of the right foot. Lift that left knee as we put the left hand on the ground. And then we're going to open the right arm to the sky. So you're twisting the body to the right. If you need to, you can bring that arm a little bit, or that foot a little bit closer to the top of the mat so you're not stretching too much. Bring the right hand down to the mat, step back to your plank. Send that weight forward, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. So we're gonna go to the opposite side. So inhale the left foot to the top of the mat. Drop that right knee down, flatten out the right foot to the ground. We're gonna inhale, send the hips forward for that right hip flexor stretch. And as we exhale, send the hips back, lift the toes of the left foot, stretch out that left hamstring, half split. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, sitting back. The hands for support if you need to. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. This time as you come forward, press that right hand into the ground or into the mat. Tuck the toes of the right foot. Lift that right knee. Open up the left arm to the sky. So twisting to the left. Coming back to center, pressing that left hand down to the mat, stepping back to plank. Deep inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. We'll come back over to that right side. So we're going to step that right foot to the top of the mat. This time we're going to come to a nice runner's lunge. Keep that body nice and straight. See how there's a straight line from the spine down to the tailbone, and then stretch through that left leg. So engage through that left leg. Now we're going to use our core strength. Press both feet into the ground. We're going to come up nice and tall to a crescent lunge. Now this is where we find balance. We're going to find that balance over on the right side, making sure that right knee is directly on top or slightly behind that right ankle. So we don't want to go too far over the knee over the ankle. Nice and square. Now take a deep inhale. Exhale, slightly bend that right knee. If you have any knee issues, do not do this. Just stay right where you are. Take a deep inhale. Again, another slight bend of that knee, so we're going just a little bit lower to the ground. Inhale. Exhale, just a little bit lower to the ground. Legs starting to shake. Deep inhale. Exhale, hands to mat. Step back to plank. Another deep inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale the left foot to the top of the mat. Nice runner's lunge. So nice straight line from the base of the spine or base of the neck to the base of the spine. Engage through that right leg. Press the left foot, right foot into the mat. Engage the core. Inhale. Lift up. High crescent lunge. Take a couple breaths here. And deep inhale. Slight bend to the right knee. Exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale, slight bend to the knee. Deep inhale. Exhale, slight bend to that knee, legs shaking. Deep inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back to plank. Another deep inhale. Exhale, shift forward, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Now we're gonna inhale the right leg to the sky. Stretching through that right hip flexor, pointing through that right toe. And then bring that knee into the chest. Step it to the top of the mat. As we come up now, we're gonna pivot the left heel down to the ground. Keep the body facing the top of the mat. Warrior one. Now you're gonna feel that stretch through the left hip flexor. You need to, you can shorten up your stance. Doesn't have to be as wide as mine. Now we're gonna open up to warrior two. So arms and fingers facing the top and the bottom of the mat, looking out over that right hand. Gonna inhale back to warrior one. Exhale to plank. Step back to plank and then go into our chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale the left leg to the sky. Stretch through that left toe. Exhale that knee into the chest. And then step to the top. Pivot the right heel down. Body facing forward, warrior one. Find that balance on the left side. And then open up for your two. Inhale back to center, warrior one. Exhale to plank. Deep inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Now, here's where we test the balance. Inhale that right leg to the sky. Now we're gonna open the hips. So drop that right foot behind the left hip flexor. Bring that knee to the sky. As we exhale, we're gonna bring that right knee into the chest. And then we're gonna step underneath and out to the left. Keep that right hand on the ground, open the left arm to the sky. What we call falling triangle. Want to test out your balance, you can always look up. Want to really test out your balance and your core strength? Float that right leg off the ground. Now you're just bouncing on the left foot, right hand. Let's work our way back to center. Inhale the right leg to the sky. Exhale it to the top of the mat. Inhale, pivot the left heel down, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, warrior one. We're gonna exhale our hands back to the mat. This time we're gonna step forward onto our right foot. So we're balancing only on the right foot. Warrior three, step forward, go for it. Bouncing on that right foot. Need to give yourself a slight bend to the knee. This is too much to balance on. Gently touch that left foot down onto the ground. Use it as a kickstand. Make sure you find something to focus on. Find a spot on the mat. Find a spot out in front of you. Make sure you breathe. Find your focal point. Slowly lower that left foot to the back of the mat. High lunge. Exhale, hands to mat. Step back to plank. Shift that weight forward, chaturanga on the exhale. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Coming over to the left side. Inhale that left leg to the sky. Open the hips, dropping that left foot back behind the right hip flexor. Lift that knee to the sky. And bring that knee into the chest. Extend under and out to the right. Find the balance that you want. Work your way back. That three-legged downward dog, lifting that left leg to the sky. Knee into the chest. Step forward. Pivot the right heel down, warrior one. Open up, warrior two. And back to warrior one. Hands to the mat. Now we're going on that left foot now. Big step forward, warrior three. Ready? Inhale, step forward, warrior three. And slowly lower that right foot to the back of the mat. High crescent lunge. Hands down to the mat. Take a step back to plank. Shift that weight forward, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, instead of downward dog, we're going to open the knees up, bring the toes together, and go into our resting pose, child's pose. I'll take a few breaths there. Grab some water if you need to. Wipe yourself off if you need to. Take a few breaths and we'll come right back to that pose. Yes, everybody, listen to Leslie. Go at your own pace. If you need to take a rest, please take a rest. Like I said, it's a slightly more challenging than the beginner class, but you're going to thank yourself, going to see what parts of your body need balancing, what parts of your body need strengthening, and then you can go from there. So we'll take a couple more breaths in our child's pose. And let's press the hands into the mat. Widen the feet out, tuck the toes. We're going back into downward dog. Step both feet to the top of the mat. Coming into our chair pose. Now this is where we really start to test out the balance. Start to work your weight into your left foot. If you have any issues with knees or ankles or anything, just stay on your regular chair pose. But if not, we're going to extend that right leg out in front of us, so floating it off the ground. Single leg chair pose. From our chair pose, we're going to straighten out the left leg and just pendulum that right foot back to our warrior three. Now, here's a bit of a hamstring exercise. As we exhale, we're going to lower that right foot and tap the back of that left ankle. As we inhale, we lift it back up. So exhale, slowly lower it down. Tap, inhale, back up. Exhale, tap, inhale, 3, 2 more. Exhale, tap, inhale, 4, last one. Lower it down, tap, inhale, 5. We're going to start to bend that left knee. Start to work that foot back out in front. Right now, left calf is starting to burn. We're going to hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Bring that right foot down to the mat. You need to step forward or bring both feet down. Straighten out the legs, maybe go into a forward fold. Stretch out that left leg. Come back up into our chair pose. Start to shift that weight over into the right foot. Once you feel that weight into the right foot, float that left leg out in front. Single leg chair on the right side. Put it nice and strong. Continue breathing. Now start to straighten out that right leg. Flex that left foot, pendulum that leg back. Warrior three. Let's go for the toe taps. Exhale, tap, inhale, one. Exhale, tap, inhale, two. Exhale, tap, inhale, three. Exhale, tap, inhale, four. Exhale, tap, inhale, five. Bend that right knee, pendulum that left leg forward, back into our single leg chair pose. And we hold for 3, 2, 1. Bring that left leg down to the ground. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to plank. Deep inhale. Shift the weight forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Rock the knees back and forth. Loosen up the hips, the lower back, the hamstrings. Got one more round of that, so bear with me. Now, deep inhale. Step both feet to the top of the mat. Half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let's go one more time. Inhale, chair pose. Shift the weight over into the left leg. Right foot floats out in front. Leg chair. And pendulum that right leg back. Warrior three. And toe taps. Exhale. Tap. Inhale. 1. Exhale. Tap. Inhale. 2. Exhale. Tap. Inhale. 3. Exhale. Tap. Inhale. 4. Exhale. Tap. Inhale. 5. Slowly work your way back up. Pendulum that right leg forward. Single leg chair. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Drop that right leg, right foot down. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, allow the stomach to rest on the thighs. And let's come back up, chair pose. Shift that weight over into the right foot. You find that balance, and then left leg out in front. Let's go for it. Straighten out that right leg. Pendulum that left leg back. Warrior three. Exhale, slowly lower that left foot down. Tap. Inhale. 1. Exhale. Tap. Inhale. 2. Exhale. Tap. Inhale. 3. Exhale. Tap. Inhale. 4. Last one. Exhale. Tap. Inhale. 5. Pendulum that left leg forward. Single leg chair. And hold. 3, 2, 1. Drop that left foot down. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale. Half lift. Exhale to your plank. Shift the weight forward. Chaturanga. Inhale. Upward dog or cobra. Open the knees up. Exhale. Child's pose. Take a few breaths here. Grab water if you need to. Wipe yourself off if you need to. I'll give you one more little bit of torture before we close out the class. How you feeling out there? Child's pose down. I'll tell you in a second. Yeah, that child's pose is a lifesaver. All right, couple more breaths in child's pose. And we'll go into a little bit of upper body torture and then we'll cool it down. All right, we're gonna come over into all fours. Work your way forward, neutral spine position. From there, we're just gonna step the feet back to plank. Now, the side plank that we did, the modified side plank we did in the warm-up, I'll show it to you, but that's your option if you want to keep it there. If you want to go a little bit further, we can go into a full side plank. So from our plank, we're going to work our right hand closer to the middle of the mat. And then start to turn the feet, open up to your side plank. Now, the options are, you can bring that right knee down and press from the hips. You can stagger the feet so that they're in front of each other, almost like you're walking. And stack them on top of each other. It's a little more difficult. If you want to go more advanced, float that left foot off the ground. Push the hips forward and up. Press the hand into the mat. And then work our way back to our plank. Widen that right hand out. Shift forward, exhale. We're going to do chaturanga nice and slow. Try to hold it as long as you can. Try to prolong that trip to the ground. And once you get just about an inch over the ground, inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Now, something good for the spine. We're going to roll the body forward into plank. So nice, slow roll. Open that spine up. Once you get back to your plank, walk that left hand to the middle of the mat. Open up that right arm to the sky, side plank on the left side. Follow the modification you did last time. If you want to drop that left knee down, stagger the feet, stack them. If you want to inhale the right leg to the sky. Find which one works for you. Press the hips forward and press them up. And work your way back into that plank. Shift forward, exhale, nice and slow. Slow chaturanga. Press those hands and fingertips into the ground. Inch above the ground, inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. We'll do one more on each side. Roll that body forward into plank. Once you get to that plank, walk the right hand down the middle. Open up to the left. Inhale, side plank. Whichever modification you worked on last time, stick to that one. If you want to go a step further, you know the modifications. Before the arms really start shaking, let's work our way back to our plank. Shift forward, exhale, slow chaturanga. Maybe try to hold it just above the ground, about 2 inches above the ground. Try to make a 90-degree angle with the elbows. And inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Roll the body forward. Nice slow roll, get onto the tippy toes. Press the fingers into the ground, get back to that plank. Walk the left hand down the middle. Open up, side plank. And work your way back to that plank. Widen that left hand down, you're in your plank. Shift forward, slow chaturanga. Try to pause just above the ground. And hold. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Roll that body forward into your plank. And then open the knees up. Drop the hips back to child's pose. From our child's pose, we're going to walk both hands out to the left. Once you get outside the mat, then lean the body to the right. Feel that stretch through the right rib cage and the right side body. Go back down the middle. And then walk the hands out to the right side of the mat. Once you get out there, lean the body to the left. Walk the hands back down the middle. We're gonna go up for our last downward dog. Tuck the toes and hips up and back. Inch by inch, we're gonna walk feet to the top of the mat. So heel toe your way up to the top of the mat. Start to come onto your fingertips. If you need to, you can bend the knees. Come up to a nice, gentle forward fold. The body hang, maybe swing side to side. Loosen up the lower back. Up the hamstrings. And then from our forward fold, we're gonna just drop the butt down to the mat. Get a little bit closer so you guys see what I'm doing. But bringing the knees into the chest so that you can correct your posture, make sure the spine is nice and straight. Shoulders relax down the spine. And then holding on to both knees, we're just gonna release the left leg down. Hold that left knee into the chest. Point that left toe to the top of the, or point the left toe to the sky. Hug the man tight. Spine nice and straight. Going to grab a hold of that right foot or back of the right knee and extend that foot up and out. So this is where you're at, fine. This is where you're at, fine. Doesn't have to be fully extended. It can be bent. Want to go a little bit further, you can go peace fingers around the big toe. Make sure you push the chest forward, relax the shoulders, keep that spine nice and straight. Now we're gonna bring that knee and bend it in towards the right armpit. So opening up the hip a little bit. Again, you can hold it right here. Just bring it to the right side of the chest. Since that knee's already bent, we're gonna guide it across the body. So you can rest the foot in the hand, or if you're a little more flexible, you can rest the foot into the crook of the elbow. With the right arm, hold that knee in the crook of your elbow. And then just gently rock side to side. So I'll turn a little bit. Just rock it side to side. Loosen up that outer hip flexor. Again, if you're not that flexible, just go right here. Just go right here. Rock side to side. Now slowly release that foot. Guide it over to the left side of the mat. We're gonna take the right arm, take it behind the back, bring that left arm over the elbow, and gaze over that right shoulder. We're gonna come back to center. This time we're gonna take the left arm, wrap it around that right knee and hug it into the left side of the chest. So we're bringing that knee across the body. This is a good stretch for the sciatic nerve. Loosen up all those muscles in the glutes so it doesn't constrict that nerve. I'm gonna slowly release, guide that right foot over and back out, and then bring the left knee into the chest. So I'll start here. Correct your posture, make sure the spine is nice and straight, shoulders relaxed. And peace fingers around the big toe, holding the left foot or supporting the left knee. Extend that leg up and out. Opening that knee towards the armpit or into the left side of the chest. Now, knees already bent. Guide that left foot over, rest it in the crook of the right elbow or the foot into the right hand. Now, each side is going to feel different, so don't try to force one side to do what the other side does. Now, slowly release. Guide that left foot over to the right side. Left hand behind the back. Right arm comes over, locks onto that left knee. Gaze over that left shoulder. Press that elbow and that tricep against that knee. Now slowly coming back to center. Wrap that right arm around the left knee. Hug it into the right side of the chest. Again, good stretch for the sciatic nerve. Loosen up all those muscles wrapped up in the glutes. Slowly release. Guide that left foot over and back out in front. Now, very basic stretch. This is the stretch that I started off with after the NFL. I simply just put my hands behind my back. I'll scoot back so you can see me a little bit more. I should point this down a little bit. So just start with the hands behind my back. Straighten everything out. Straighten the legs out, point the toes to the sky, lift the chest, and then press the hands into the ground. That should be enough of a stretch right there. If you haven't been stretching regularly, if the neck is where you have a bit of an issue, then just gently take that chin down to the chest. Whenever you start to feel that burn, stop right there and just breathe. Starts to loosen up, then you can go a little bit further. Don't just force yourself into a stretch. Now from there, we're going to inhale, the arms back to the sky, and leaning with the chest, going to shift forward to a forward fold. Now, if you can't reach the toes, reach the ankles, calves, or wrap the arms underneath the knees so that the stomach rests on the thighs. For a stretch like this, the only thing that matters is if the stomach is on the thighs. Try to keep that back straight. So I don't care if you can get all the way to your toes. If you're rounded in the spine, it doesn't matter. You're still causing yourself a bit of tension. So this is perfectly fine. This is where you are. Slowly relax. One more time, we're going to inhale the arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Again, wherever you are, make sure that spine is straight. Make sure the stomach can rest on the thighs. And slowly walk yourself back up. Now, kind of running low on time. So normally I would give the option of laying back onto the ground, just allowing your body to rest. If not, come up into an easy pose, whatever's comfortable for you. But just take a few moments to, again, thank yourself for just focusing on you right now. You're doing this by yourself, you're doing this with family, just be thankful for the time that we have. Be thankful for who we get to spend it with. Be thankful for making the most out of each moment. So if you need to, close your eyes right now. Just take a moment to yourself. If this is the quietest moment you get all day, enjoy it, make the most of it. Can't control what happened in the past. We can't control what happens in the future. Focus on the moment that you have control over right now. So take a moment, close the eyes, take the deep breaths that we've been working on. Inhale through the nose, exhale slowly out of the mouth or the nose. Just take a moment to focus on you. Clear your mind of any negativity. Focus on bringing some kind of positive thought into your mind. Let go of anything that has happened before you got to this moment. Don't worry about anything that's coming after this moment. This is the only moment you have control over. So take a moment and be thankful and enjoy it. Now, what I want you to do is take in a deep inhale, the deepest inhale you've taken all day. Fill your entire body, your lungs up with air. Deep, deep, deep. If you can't take in any more, try to take in just a little bit more anyway. Take that deepest breath you can, and then nice, strong exhale, sigh it all the way out of the mouth. So I'll give you an example. Here we go. Another, take a deep inhale. Just exhale it all out. What I want you to do is as you inhale, focus on any positivity, any positive thought, anything that brings a smile to your face, anything that brings joy to your heart. As you exhale, release any negativity, anything that brings a frown to your face, anything that causes you distress or pain or discomfort, any of that. Exhale that out every time. That's what I want you to focus on. That's what we do in yoga. We call it conscious breathing. So what we do is instead of just going through the day, we know that we breathe throughout the day. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. But taking the moment to actually focus on the breath, focus on the intent of your breath, focus on bringing in anything positive that you can and releasing anything negative that's in your body or even deflecting anything negative that's coming your way. That's what conscious breathing is. That's what I want you to focus on. Every day, try to take at least 5 minutes out of your day. 5 minutes, we have so many minutes in a day. Take 5 minutes out of your day to focus on that intent, that conscious breathing. Focus on bringing in all the positive, releasing and deflecting all the negatives. There's so much negativity in this world right now, in this country alone. Before we even go out to the world, there's so much negativity in this country. The way that we can combat it is by focusing on the positive in our lives and then spreading that to others. So last time, take in the deepest inhale you've taken all day. Focus on bringing any positivity into your life, into your mind, into your thoughts, into your actions, into your words. And then hold it in for a second, allow it to manifest, and then take the deepest or the strongest exhale you've taken all day. Let it all out. Let go of any negativity, any distress, any stress, period. Any negative thoughts you have towards anything or anybody. Blow it out. Get rid of it. Get it out of your life. And as you do that, let me thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. I truly appreciate it. It's always an honor to teach, but this one is especially special for me. This is the first time I've taught my brothers from the NFL yoga. This was the first thing that I turned to once I got out of the NFL, just trying to get over, financial woes and, just trying to think of what's going to happen after NFL, and yoga is what I turned to. Yoga is what got me through that, and actually yoga is what became my profession and my passion. So it's a huge honor to be able to share with you guys. I truly appreciate it. I hope this is the first step to a long and prosperous yoga journey, and I hope it adds value to your life as it has for me. So thank you so much for joining me. As we close, we always say namaste. So what namaste means is that I honor and I acknowledge and I honor the spirit within you. So whenever you close yoga classes, we say namaste. It's not just a little fun thing we get to say. It actually has meaning to it. So as we close this class, I want to say namaste to you. I honor and acknowledge each and every one of you, and Wakanda forever. Peace.